Hey everybody, Eric here from Action Yugioh, and I'm here with Dan Golliher. And what do you do, Dan?
I got first place a couple weeks ago playing Despia. This is a more refined list. This isn't the same list, but it's really cracked. This deck's really good.
Let's see that list then.
Alright, so I played 3 Aluber. This is like the best normal summon of the deck. That's why you gotta play 3 of it. You're going to notice a lot in my list. I don't really play a lot of 3-ofs for monsters. This is like the only 3-of you play though, because this is a card you always want to see, like no matter what. For other Despia monsters, I just played the 2 Tragedy and 1 Dramaturge. So a lot of people play Ad Libitum. I cut that card because it's kind of bricky, and I trimmed down the Tragedy instead of playing 3 like a lot of lists because this card bricks as well. You really just want to synergize this with Foolish, Gold Sark, or Branded Opening. This card you only want to synergize it with Fusion Material, so that's why you only play the 1. And that's it for the Despias. I play a really small package for that. I do play 2 of the new Ecclesia and 1 Fallen of Albaz. So besides Sword Soul monsters, this can summon this. I was playing the Iris Sword Soul too that you could summon, but I just trimmed this deck down to be as consistent as possible, not bricking. This is really good. Like at worst, you can discard this. Then during the end phase, if your DP got popped, you can recur it and just keep recurring it for discard fodder every turn. The last like Fallen of Albaz like archetype thing I play is the Albion. Just during your turn, you can reveal this card, send any Branded Spell or Trap or Fallen of Albaz from your deck to the graveyard, put this card on the bottom to draw a card. It's pretty much all I used it for. You can also like send from your hand to summon it, but you're really just using it for the free upstart effects. And then for the Dogmatica package, I just played 1 Fleur, 1 Ecclesia. I did play 2 Ecclesia before, but I trimmed it down because it just kind of conflicts, and also because of another card I'm playing that I'll show in just a second. I did play the 1 Korobane. I played the Trickstar Light Stage engine. So I cut this over the 2nd Ecclesia because this honestly, in a way, kind of acts like it in terms of like an extender stance, I guess. Like this card's like really good for like pushing for game and stuff, but this card's like really good as an extender. I was using the 2nd copy as an extender too, but this just makes that like way easier. And you get to play Light Stage, so you're winning in that aspect too. The only bricks in the deck, just these. This also isn't really a brick. With Super Poly, you can Super Poly their DP, which is cool. So this deck really just doesn't have a lot of bricks, if I'm being honest. If anything, the Dasher's the brick. Spells, I played 3 Nadir. It's just the best card. I don't really have to say anything else. I played, 1 second, 3 Branded Opening. This card's really cracked. In draw phase, you can use this to discard and summon the Aluber to play around draw, which is really cool. And also has a grave effect where if your fusion monster would be destroyed, you can just banish it to save it, which is really cool. It combos with instant fusion too, so you can save your instant fusion monster. 3 Fusion Destiny. This card's insane. You gotta play 3 of it. Like you always want to see this card. 3 Super Poly. This is another card you really want to see. Half your deck's like really easy to Super Poly with, so this card's nuts. I also play some Super Poly targets I can take on my opponent's board, which is really nice. And then for just round up the spells, 2 Branded in red, and 1 Despia Theater of the Branded for the Branded Spell and Traps. So I play a really small count of this because this card really sucks turn 1. You have to have a Despia engraved to actually use it to fuse, and this card's like kind of just a brick, so you have to only fuse in hand or field, and it's just not that good. But at 1 copy, it's fine. I'll leave this out for just a second because I do play some field spells. The Light Stage, Set Rotation, and Mystic Mine. So I played this little package. This is like insane. Like, on God, just nuts. Because Light Stage gets you the Korobane. This you can give your opponent like 90% of the time. If they kill it, you can get it back off Tragedy, because Tragedy has a grave effect to get back your Branded Spell and Traps. Mystic Mine's just an insane like board breaker. You can Mystic Mine people and then try and pop off through everything, or just sit on it until you get enough resources and then try and pop off. This card, everything was just nuts today. You can also use Set Rotation as like a fast response to like get rid of field spells and stuff, so all around just a really great package. I'm definitely playing it in the future. 1 of spells, Gold Sark and Foolish. You're only playing these to trigger Tragedy. Tragedy is just like the best card to trigger off these always. Get triggered, engraved, or banished, so it's basically like playing 2 Foolish almost. Random 1 of spells. I played the 1 Dark Ruler. I was playing 1 Mystic Mine before. I trimmed, or I guess 3 Mystic Mine in main. So I trimmed it for this because it kind of acts like a 3rd one. It also is just like they can't respond to it, so you can just pop off through it. One Cosmic. I just play this as like just a random out. It's like Mystic Mine if they try to Mystic Mine me and stuff like that. Called by, this card's just insane against DP and it gets half the meta. And then the one instant for my Raijin. It's just really good. You can instant fusion for Raijin, book your Aluber, play around stuff, or just use them for Vert. It's cracked. Traps, 3 Imperms. This is my only hand trap I played. Plays around Called by, plays around Talents. The only card that can stop this is, whatchamacallit, Cross Out, but if they're playing that, I feel like I'm winning, so it's good. And then the one Punishment. A lot of people don't play this card because they're afraid of like the effect of like you can't summon on your opponent's turn, or I guess your turn, but you summon a lot on your opponent's turn, so this card really doesn't hurt you if you know how to use it. Alright, extra side first.
Let's go with extra first.
Extra? Alright, bet. I played 2 Masquerade and the 1 Queritus. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
For the fusions, for Despia. This card's insane. They have to pay 600 to activate cards or effects, so you're always trying to end on this, and this one, you're just trying to use this as either like blank damage, because it makes everything 0, or you can just make everything 0 and just go for game off that. And then for the Albion, or I guess Fallen of Albaz fusions, I play just the one Albion and Titaniclad. Albion's a lot better because it sets a branded spell or trap at the end phase, but I only have room for one of it because this extra's like really cramped. And I was playing 2 Titaniclad before, but I trimmed this down because this extra's really cramped, and I did trim down the Fallen of Albaz package, so it's not super easy to summon, but it is like the best fusion to go for. It just takes a monster 2,500 more attack. Alright, for super poly targets, I played Mud Dragon and Dragosaplia. Mud Dragon performed really well today. I didn't really summon Dragosaplia today, but I did play it because you can use the Dark Monster for Fallen of Albaz, and the Fusion Monster can be like a Mechaba, just like any random Fusion Monster, so it's like really good for that. Just to be like a more generic out and to play around like Invoke stuff. And then round up the fusions, DPE. Just the best card in the game. I'm just playing this just to draw 2 and trigger my Ecclesia every turn. It's just free value in the grind. And then Raijin, just instant fusion target. And then Nits and Omega to wrap up fusions and my Nadir shenanigans. Omega was okay today. I used it a couple times to recycle some things, but I definitely feel like, I don't know. It could be anything, honestly. I'm still figuring that part out. Moving on for links, I played Vert and the BLS link. These cards were just really cracked today. The BLS link got summoned a lot today. Let's just start there. Vert, I don't need to explain. The card's busted. And then I do play some Xyz. I played Ding, and I played a Zeus to go with it. I summoned this quite a lot too. All the monsters that you summon are level 8, 9 times out of 10. So yeah, this is really easy to go into, and it's just nobody really expects it. And that's it for the extra deck. The side, not really super impressive. There's a lot of change on it, but 3 Lancia, this is alright today. 3 Token Collector, I didn't play against a single Sword Soul, so yeah, didn't do too good. Denko, this card's cracked. I will always play this card in this deck. And then I did something a little spicier today. I never got put in, but in testing it comes up a lot. I played 1 Aerial and Apkalon. So against like Eldlik or just random like graveyard heavy matchups, you can just side this in and just make your Nadir Servant or your Punishment just like insanely more impactful. And then for spells, played 3rd Mystic Mine and just a Twin. These were alright. I did like the 3rd Mystic Mine just for like more board stopping stuff. Twin was okay. It never really came up, to be honest. Now these cards were cracked. Traps evenly, and then the red reboot. Red reboot's insane. You gotta play this card because of IO. Another card I'd be playing in this deck, but I didn't get in the mail, is Spiritualism. The card's really good in this deck. This deck just hard loses to IO, and you just really, if you have those cards, you're never scared again.
All right.
But yeah, these cards were great.
Thank you very much for the deck profile. Dan, do you have any shout-outs?
Shoutouts to Action Sports, best locals in KC. Shoutouts to the Owls, and shoutouts to my spawn, making Christmas lit.
All right, thank you, Dan.